continuously reviewing how I spend my time and my money as necessary to make sure it's working for me. If it is not, I can make adjustments to my budget or my schedule until I find the plan that fits just right. I realized that Japan is in that the men are working very long and are very anxious. The women are frustrated and unhappy, and that makes for very unhappy marriage, which is why they are seeing such low marriage rate in Japan. And the women are not getting married, and they are not having children, because actually the deal is not a very good deal. The deal between the man and the woman isn't working in Japan. And part of the deal not working is the men are under such pressure. And I think the biggest losers for women not working in Japan are men, not women. They're men because as a solo, only the breadwinners have got to say to I will support this whole families until they are all 100 years old. I mean, who would want to do that? It's a massive pressure. It's an unrealistic pressure, and you don't need to have that pressure because if both are working, which is more complicated, then you can help each other. Money definitely does not bring the happiness. Rich people are just as likely to complain and be unhappy as anyone else. They are just as likely to become depressed or even to commit suicide. Having a lot of money even contributed to happiness. People feel that if they just have a lot of money, they will be happy. But when they get it and still feel unhappy, they feel like they made all those sacrifices for nothing. Some of the happiest people in the world are very poor, and some of the unhappiest people in the world are very rich. There is no correlation between happiness and money. The expressions time is money is interesting because it points out that they are really the same things. We always have to trade one for the other. If we want more money, we give up time and vice versa. Therefore, I feel that the important thing is to strike a balance between having time off and having enough money. I should think of what I most want out of life and then decide how much time I'm willing to trade for money. I don't really feel that you can say that the one is better than the other when they are both such an important part of the happy life. The most important thing is having enough of both. Of course, a certain amount of money enables a person to be happy. If a person does not have enough money to eat well, live someplace that's warm and dry, and take care of his or her family, they will find it very difficult to be happy. So, in that sense, enough money to do those things brings happiness. However, once you go beyond those basic needs, having extra money doesn't make sense. You feel happier. Moreover, if a person is obsessed with money, that person probably would won't be very happy. It can be an addiction, just like drugs or alcohol, and that never leads to happiness. So I maintain that the money brings us happiness only to the point where it provides for our human needs. I feel that money can become an addiction, and people work just to have more and more of it. That lifestyle may satisfy some people, but definitely not me. Time is more precious and valuable than money. Billionaires are not really able to buy themselves more time. Each of us is here for only a few short decades, and we should try to treat every day as if it matters. When I have free time, I can do something creative. I generally think about how I will spend my time when my work is finished. All I want to do is work enough so that I have money to support myself and spend my time pleasantly. But I should stop saying idealistic stuff all the time. It is not practical. Of course, having a little free time is nice, but it is more fulfilling to take care of one's responsibility through earning a lot of money. I depended on the hard work of my parents for educations, and I want to be able to support my own families in the same ways. As members of society, we should try to provide for the people who depended upon us, and also work hard to contribute to the economy. Earning a lot of money is a proof that society values us. As a reward, we can enjoy expensive things and make our family happy. When we are feeling overwhelmed at work, instead of completing the easiest and the fastest items on our to-do list, we should set aside the time to work on our most important tasks. When we are busy, we take on more tasks, even when these tasks are less important. This is called the mere urgency effect. To reduce the stressful feeling of busyness, we completed tasks that are easy to do to help us feel more in control of our lives. Unfortunately, focusing on such small, immediate tasks can make us feel more stressed, and I used to get very stressed about exam. I had completed all of my chores, like shoppings and cleaning and cookings, before I started studying. This is an example of the mere urgency effect. Instead of working on my most important tasks, the studying, I finished the small immediate tasks first. In that moment, this made me feel less stressed. Later, it makes me feel more. It made me feel more stressed because I had less time to study. I'm reading and writing about learnings and how do people learn. And there is no question that the new technology that brings the developed to help us to learn. I can learn things in 5 minutes, but I cannot learn everything in the 5 minutes. Similarly, I can learn things in a weekend, but not everything. So there's a sort of the 3 months. The learnings, they are very important. We needed to take them. We needed to be taking time out. And the way to do that is a simple an issue of reallocation of time. So this reallocation of time is important. How do I reallocate the time simply from the end of life and reallocated it right the way through.